Hey everyone! Today we need to dive deep into the whole Clint Capela situation with the Los Angeles Lakers, because this name just keeps coming up over and over again every single offseason, and it looks like it's going to remain a hot topic. For the Lakers going forward, Clint Capela, at 31 years old, is still at a point in his career where he can provide significant value, especially for a team like the Lakers that is trying to balance experience, skill, and roster flexibility. The Lakers have shown a clear interest in him for a while now, and it's easy to understand why. Capela is not your typical flashy superstar who racks up the highlight reels with endless scoring. But what he brings to the floor is something that every championship contender needs: a strong, physical presence inside, elite rebounding, and rim protection. He's exactly the kind of center that can anchor the paint defensively, clean up the glass, and be a lob threat that gets easy buckets in transition. At his best, he's a force on both ends of the floor. And even though his numbers have dipped a bit since his prime years in Houston, he's still very capable of being a key contributor for a team like the Lakers, especially if he's slotted into a backup role where his skill set really shines. Now, looking back at why Capela is even available to the Lakers, it mostly comes down to the situation with Atlanta. The Hawks decided to go in a different direction, focusing more on youth and player development. They brought in younger guys like Dyson Daniels and allowed others like Kage to emerge as their future at the center position. This shift meant Capela became somewhat of a trade candidate, a player who was valuable but no longer fit the team's long-term plan. It's not that Capela's game suddenly fell off a cliff, but rather that Atlanta prioritized building around younger talent with upside. That's a common story in the NBA. Veterans find themselves on the move when teams want to reset and embrace a youth movement. Capela's style of play suits the Lakers' needs perfectly, especially given how important it is to have a dependable big man who can secure rebounds and protect the rim. He's a player who can consistently deliver a double-double on any given night. His offensive game is primarily built around finishing at the rim, running the floor, and cleaning up second-chance opportunities. He doesn't stretch the floor with three-point shooting. In fact, he rarely even attempts threes, but his efficiency inside the paint is what makes him so valuable. His shooting percentage, around 56% from the field on roughly 7 attempts per game, shows how effective he is within his role. One of the biggest challenges for Capela is his free throw shooting, which has been a notable weakness throughout his career. Last season, he shot just over 53% from the charity stripe, which means opposing teams often use the hack a Capela strategy to exploit that weakness in critical moments. This is where the Lakers might want to balance their roster by pairing him with a veteran backup center who is a much better free throw shooter. Someone like Brook Lopez, who has championship experience and can step up in pressure situations with reliable shooting. That kind of balance is crucial when you're trying to build a team that can win deep into the playoffs. There's also a debate about whether Capela should be the Lakers' starting center, or if he's better suited as a backup. Ideally, many would argue he's perfect as a high-level backup, coming in to provide energy, defense, and rebounding off the bench. But there's no denying that he could also serve as a solid starter for a season or two while the Lakers develop younger options, or wait to make a bigger splash in the trade market. The team reportedly wants more veteran presence at the center spot, especially behind the scenes, and Capela fits that mold well. The Lakers have several young big men in development, like Christian Wood, Trey Jameson, and even Jackson Hayes, who can fill roles as they grow. Trading for a younger center with upside, like Nick Claxton, is also a possibility. However, if the cost of acquiring a young star center is too high, involving trading away key pieces or draft picks, the Lakers might prefer to keep those assets and instead sign veterans like Capela or Lopez to maintain a competitive roster, while preserving flexibility for future moves. In terms of production, Capela's numbers last season were still impressive considering he played just 21 minutes per game over 55 games. That was his lowest games played total in several years, partly due to Atlanta's shift in direction. But when you look at his per 36-minute stats, which help project what he could do with starter-level minutes, Capela's impact is clear. He averaged roughly 15 points, 14 rebounds, including 5 offensive boards, round of blocks, a steal, and a couple of assists per 36 minutes. These numbers indicate that if he were to play closer to 30 or 35 minutes regularly, he could still produce double-doubles consistently and be a defensive anchor. This is exactly the kind of contribution the Lakers need to shore up their front court. With star players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis on the wing and forward spots, having a reliable big man who can secure rebounds, contest shots, and provide physicality inside is a priority. Capela also has the ability to run the floor and catch lobs, which fits well with the Lakers' style when they push the pace. Another important point is how Capela's physicality compares to other centers. Someone like Nick Claxton, for example, is known for being quick and agile but much lighter in weight, around 115 pounds. Capela, on the other hand, weighs about 245 pounds, giving him a significant advantage in terms of strength and the ability to battle inside. That extra muscle can be the difference in tough playoff matchups where physicality and endurance become critical factors. The Lakers' approach could very well be to blend youth and experience at the center position. They might have a player like Claxton or Mark Williams as their primary center and bring Capela off the bench as a reliable veteran who can wear down opponents and maintain defensive toughness. Meanwhile, developing centers like Coco or Jameson would be groomed to take bigger roles down the line. One of the concerns with Capela, beyond free throws, is that he's not the kind of versatile defender that some other centers might be. Players like Claxton are more mobile and can guard multiple positions, switch on screens, and defend in space better. Capela's defensive strength lies mostly in protecting the rim and boxing out for rebounds. Still, the Lakers have proven over recent seasons that if you pair a strong rim protector with solid perimeter defenders, you can build an effective defense. They were a top defensive team in stretches even with some ups and downs at the center spot. Ultimately, it comes down to cost and roster construction. The Lakers have limited salary cap space and need to be smart with their investments. If Capela can be signed at a reasonable price, using something like the mid-level exception or a similar mechanism, it makes a lot of sense. If they have to overpay to acquire younger centers through trades, it might not be worth giving up key assets. In that scenario, building around veterans like Capela and Lopez, who are affordable and bring experience, allows the Lakers to save their chips for perimeter help and other roster needs. There's also talk about players like Walker Kessler and Jalen Duran, younger big men who might fit the Lakers' long-term plans. But acquiring those players would require assets that the Lakers may not want to part with. Detroit and Utah, where these players are currently, are in a position to demand premium returns. So again, the more pragmatic path might be to bring in veterans who can contribute right away while continuing to develop the youth internally. To sum up what Clint Capela offers, he is a big, physical center who is excellent at rebounding and finishing around the rim, a solid rim protector, and a proven double-double producer. His lack of perimeter shooting isn't a problem for the Lakers' style of play, especially since he can excel in pick-and-roll situations and transition offense. His struggles at the free throw line are a drawback, but pairing him with a reliable free throw shooter at backup center can help mitigate that issue. Capela's presence would fill a significant need for the Lakers, giving them toughness inside and the ability to control the paint on both ends of the floor. If they sign him to be the backup, which many believe is his ideal role at this stage of his career, it gives them a strong foundation to build around. If they opt to use him as a starter for a year or so while developing younger players, that's also a viable strategy. At the end of the day, the Lakers need a center who can do the dirty work, rebound relentlessly, protect the rim, and be a dependable presence without requiring the ball in his hands. Clint Capela fits that mold well and remains a compelling target. As the Lakers continue to shape their roster, before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. Whispers are swirling around the NBA as rumors suggest that Andrew Wiggins could be on the verge of signing a 3-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the situation hint that the Lakers are eyeing Wiggins as a key addition to their roster for the upcoming seasons. Wiggins, known for his athleticism and scoring ability, has had an up-and-down career since entering the league. After being drafted first overall in 2014, he's shown flashes of brilliance but has struggled to consistently find his role on teams. However, his recent tenure with the Golden State Warriors has revitalized his reputation, especially with his contributions to their 2022 NBA championship run. This experience and winning mindset could make him an attractive piece for the Lakers, who are looking to bolster their squad around superstar LeBron James. The Lakers have been searching for the right balance between veteran leadership and youthful energy. And Wiggins fits that mold perfectly. His ability to defend multiple positions and provide scoring from the wing could give the Lakers more flexibility on both ends of the court. Moreover, Wiggins' athleticism and experience in high-pressure playoff situations could be invaluable, as the Lakers aim to return to championship contention. If this deal goes through, it might also signal a strategic move by the Lakers front office to build a team not just focused on immediate success, but also on sustainable performance over several seasons. A 3-year contract shows a commitment to stability, something the Lakers have lacked in recent years due to frequent roster changes and injuries. Of course, signing Wiggins wouldn't come without challenges. The Lakers will have to manage salary cap considerations and potentially adjust their roster to fit him in. Additionally, Wiggins will be stepping into a high-expectation environment where fans demand results quickly, especially in Los Angeles spotlight. It remains to be seen how he would adapt to the Lakers' system and chemistry, but the potential upside is clear. As this story develops, fans and analysts alike will be watching closely. Could Andrew Wiggins be the missing piece the Lakers have been searching for? Or will this just be another headline that never materializes into a finalized contract? For now, it's an intriguing possibility that adds another layer of excitement to the upcoming NBA season. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.